approximate the area under the function f of x based on the given table values and intervals. We're going to use the right-hand approximation method. Okay, so first of all, we want to set up our intervals. We're going to set up the RAM. And to do that, we're going to find out the width. So let me take a look at this first one here. Okay. And this is going to be length times width. So why am I using 3? Well, first of all, the distance from -5 to 2 is 3. That's my width. And the height is going to be the f of -2. Okay, so that's the first one. Why am I using f of -2 instead of f of -5? Because we're using the right-hand approximation method, which means we use the right end of the interval, or another way to put it would be where the interval ends. Now, the next step, we go to the second interval, has a width of 2. Okay, so there's my width of 2. And the height is going to be f of 0. Okay, so we have f of 0. So we use this value right here. Now, the next interval, I use black, is going to be from 0 to 1.5. So that's my 0 right there, my width. And I find out the height by calculating f of 1.5. Okay, so that gives me this area right here. Okay. My next interval goes from 1.5 to 5, so that's 4. And my height will be f of 5.5. And then finally, we'll use blue. We go from 5.5 to 7, so that's 1.5. And f of 7 will give me the height. Let me just underline this here so I'm consistent. Okay, now let's plug in the values and evaluate it. So to evaluate this, what I do is I replace each of my values. Let me just erase these lines so it doesn't get too cluttered. And if I take a look at f of -2, that's 2.2. So that's where this 2.2 comes in here. My f of 0 is 1.8. Okay. So that's where that comes from. My f of 1.5 is 4. Okay, so that's that right there. My f of 5.5 is 6. So that's where this value comes in right here. And then finally, f of 7 is 10. Okay, so I replace f of 7 with 10 right here. And by taking a look at the arithmetic and doing the calculations, we find out that the area is going to be 55.2 square units. So our answer choice is A.